What seems too expensive but is really worth the price? Quality work shoes if your job requires you to be on your feet for long stretches of time. This all day long. I wear a suit and tie every day and I'm on my feet all day long, and buying a pair of dress shoes for $100 doesn't cut it for long. Years ago, I was having foot issues and went to a podiatrist. I asked him why he chose to be a foot doctor, and his answer was basically, look at your feet like the foundation to a house. If the foundation isn't good, then the house will over time have issues. Same goes for your feet. You'll have knee, hip, back, and neck issues. I buy my favorite brand of shoes when they go on sale, which saves me $200 give or take. I will also buy what they call factory seconds. To the casual eye, the shoe looks fine, but maybe there's a stitching issue or something that making it so the shoe doesn't meet the brand standards. I have 6 pairs of shoes in rotation and use shoe trees when I take them off. It took me a while to get where I'm at, but all of my dress shoes can be resold for about $50-$60. As it sits, I haven't bought a new pair in a couple of years, and I could probably get away with not buying another pair for a decade or more. When I was in the Army back in the 90s, I bought myself some insanely expensive boots compared to the cheaper ones that were offered for sale. I still have those boots in the closet today, and I could go wear them without issue today. The point is, with certain things, spending the extra money is worth it as long as you save and budget for it. As the OP said, you can either buy a nice pair of footwear that's great quality and lasts for years, or you can go buy a new pair every couple 6 months or so. Some people think I can't afford that, I have to go with cheaper. But you get locked into a cycle where you're buying cheaper on a regular basis, whereas you buy nice once and make those last far longer. It can end up cheaper to buy expensive in the long run. A quality pillow will change your life. I have cervical instability and hypermobility. I have spent a lot of money trying expensive pillows over the years. To my surprise, my daughter Squishmallow ended up providing the perfect amount of support. The Casper pillow is now my number 2 favorite. Bro, yes. I bought this one pillow from Kohl's a few years ago and I can't find it anymore. It was a gusseted pillow, and it literally felt like my muscles were in free fall when I'd rest my head on it. It was an era of the deepest, most well-rested sleeps I ever had in my life. I had bought another gusseted pillow from there afterwards, but it was a different brand and it wasn't the same. Not that it's too expensive, but costs more. But real maple syrup is leaps and bounds better tasting than the flavored corn syrup replicas. Gosh, I totally understand this one and feel like a total degenerate, but I hate real maple syrup. Can't eat it. Totally ruins my pancakes. But Mrs. Butterworth is my homie. Upvote for being honest, you filthy troglodyte. It was very brave of you. Hey man, are you subscribed on my channel? Subscribe to watch new video every day. A good mattress. I used to think it was an unnecessary luxury, but after getting one, my sleep improved so much. It's like investing in your health. I purchased a memory foam mattress from Costco 4 years ago. It was on sale for $500. Queen. Most comfortable mattress I've ever purchased. My mother purchased the same one, and she said the same. The way I thought of it was you spend more time in your bed than your car, so it's an easy investment. Same with computer chair if you work from home. Never cheap out on anything that separates you from the ground, was the advice I was given and live by. Bed, chair, couch, shoes, your body will thank you for investing in these things. Just want to chime in and say money isn't everything. Memory foam, Tempur-Pedic, etc. is the hot trend right now, and they are expensive. But it's one of those things you really shouldn't order online. Go into the store and actually lay down on a few. I was obsessed with the idea of memory foam, but it turns out a cheaper, soft, pillowy one was for me. Weirdly, every expensive memory foam mattress I have ever slept on left me waking up with horrible neck and back pain. Even the soft ones are too stiff. Our neighborhood flooded very badly, so we've been staying with family for 2 weeks and the mattress is absolutely terrible, and it is profoundly affecting my quality of life. I literally dread going to bed. It's fucking with me so bad. My husband and I went out of town for a concert last night, and I cried with joy when I laid on the mediocre bed at the Hilton Garden Inn. Sometimes I lean my car seat back and try to imagine what my bed at home feels like. Regular visits to the dentist. In general, any medical attention, even though it may be expensive, is worth it. Health is not negotiable. Bruh, that shit ain't affordable in the US. I've lost several teeth due to severe grinding, out of stress, and it costing $4,000 per tooth to fix them, or $50 to get them extracted. I'm also blind in one eye, because I couldn't afford to get it fixed when the retina first detached. It's unfixable now. This shit with medical costs is real. People suffer and die every day because they can't afford to get medical, dental, or mental help. I even have Medicaid, but I have to travel to another city, approximately 45 minutes away, to find doctors that actually take Medicaid. Medicaid also doesn't cover dental in my state except extractions. You say health is not negotiable, but the healthcare system says otherwise. Free healthcare in Canada doesn't include dentistry. I had to pay for my dental work in England. They covered basic things, but not everything. I think in places like Italy, it's cheaper. It's cheaper, not by miles though, than here in the US. My dentist told me to reschedule a few weeks later and bump up my dental benefits for the more extensive work. It helped. I go to my large dentistry school at our main state university. It's much cheaper and they are surprisingly good. Brushing and flossing every day plus 2 annual visits to the dentist is the lowest cost to benefit ratio you'll ever find. With dental, my visits are about $70 and 4 toothbrushes a year plus floss and toothpaste is about $30 a year. Saves thousands in expensive and painful surgery. Then again, I'm also extremely lucky having never had a cavity or even a wisdom tooth removed. An Uber, if you've been drinking, I will never understand rich people who get a DUI. The cost of an Uber is a literal penny compared to normal folks. I worked in pro sports for a time and never could wrap my head around the pro athletes who jeopardized everything because they were too dumb to order an Uber. I've heard the excuse, but I'll have to come back and get my car tomorrow, too many times. Quality kitchen knives. Hell, you don't even need to spend that much. $50 on a chef's knife will get you a knife that's capable of handling 95% of what you do in the kitchen with a knife. Add a whetstone and you're talking a very nice setup for less than $75. Don't get fooled by expensive knife sets that have 20 different knives in them. You'll use the same 3/4 knives over and over again, just buy them separate. Sure, a $50 knife can handle most things, but a $150 will make it fun and for something so central in your everyday life. Spending so little for a lifetime of use is a very good investment. I kinda did both. I have a handful of very nice, fairly expensive, precious-looking Japanese knives that I use if I have guests, and I'm putting in some extra effort and some more affordable German edge workhorse knives. I use when I'm just cooking myself dinner and don't give a fuck. Saves on maintenance. If anybody wants a decent set to look at that doesn't break the bank, Victorinox kitchen knives get you amazing value. You can get a chef's knife for around $40. Handle is super comfortable and the build quality is excellent. Seconded, my Victorinox chef knife is awesome. I'm into cooking and have a really nice shun set, but I'm more and more leaning into the opposite direction. Get a cheap IKEA set, then get a sharpener. Sure, the cheap knives don't hold the edge nearly as long, but it doesn't matter. Sharpening is less than a minute. Just use that sharpener often, and you'll have sharp knives which you can use for essentially all work. You don't have to care about them getting chipped, and you don't have to dick around with stones, etc., because you're not as particular about the edge. It will take over a decade for a home chef to wear the metal down, and then you can just get a new set for dirt cheap. This one is too true. My parents would buy a block set, and although they got the job done, I never realized how terrible they were until I used my buddy's Miyabi chef's knife. Holy cow! I think it'd be more logical to buy 2 or 3 good quality knives over a block set. I just can get myself to cough up the change for the bearing knife. Yep, and avoid sets. Honestly, we bought ours at $20, $30 each and just maintained them well, and they've served decently so far. I know that's still pretty cheap. You only need like 3-4 knives to be pretty happy. I got my stout little chef's knife at a discount of $25, and I've used it for 90% of my cooking for about 5 years now. Good headphones and a good speaker. Agree. I often see people spend a lot on a massive, expensive TV, but overlook a good set of speakers, which makes movie watching less engaging. Sennheiser headphones are damn good and they last forever. I bought mine 8 years ago, and they're still great and good for long periods of use. Had to replace the foam cups a couple years ago, but that was an easy and cheap switch out. If you hike, good hiking boots. I hate spending a lot of money on shoes. I refuse to spend $100 plus on any pair of shoes. So when I started hiking, I bought a pair of $35 boots. My feet were killing me on every hike. I finally broke down and bought a decent pair of boots that were definitely over $100. It killed me to do it. The difference was unreal. I probably would have stopped hiking if I had continued to wear the cheap boots. Most people's hiking can be done in trail runners. I used to wear boots, but switching to running shoes was amazing. Feet dry faster. Lighter weight shoes are less fatiguing, and you can better place your feet on more technical trails. Most long-distance hikers use runners. Boots help if you carry a lot of gear. I find the tipping point of shoes to boots is around 35 pounds on your back. Deep tissue massages every once in a while. I'll piggyback on this one real quick. When my fiancée, GF at the time, was trying to figure out a way to go to school for massage therapy, I told her I would take care of 100% of the household expenses, rent, food, gas, etc., so she could devote all of her attention to school. Being a tradesman, I figured this would be a good investment in both of us, even if it meant we were flat broke for the duration of her program. Best decision I have ever made. If you fly, even occasionally, noise-canceling headphones are worth every penny. With just the noise canceling on without playing any music, it significantly softens most sounds. When you listen to music / videos / whatever with the noise canceling on, you can't hear anything else, even crying babies. An older Toyota. You see the price for the age and miles and think, no way is it worth that. But it may have 220,000 miles and go another 100K. Good ergonomic chair if you sit all day. I challenge that. Instead, get a height-adjustable table. No matter how good your chair is, you need to change positions regularly. The best solution is a proper table and a decent chair. IDK, I would just get up at that point. Twice a year, car maintenance with regular oil changes. You can head off expensive repairs if you maintain your car. LASIK eye surgery. It's very expensive up front, but if you consider how much you spend on contacts and glasses, it's worth the price tag. Completely changed my life for the better. I want to do this, but am afraid of the side effects. When I asked about LASIK, my ophthalmologist specifically pointed out how many eye doctors that we both have seen who wear glasses. And he does too. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe and comment what is on your opinion worth every penny spent on it. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.